inside voice.
Yeah, I take my 15-year-old cousin and my 18-year-old cousin paintballing yesterday, and we show up, and I tell them, like, hey, is there free play today? And like, well, no, we have Jungle Rumble going on. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is after we've already paid, so there's no going back. I'm like, okay, what is that? And they're like, well, it's a high-intensity game. A lot of our guys that are sponsored come out and have a fun time. And I'm like, did you say sponsored? I literally stopped him like halfway through. I'm like, what does that mean? So I'm like, whatever. And this guy's like, yeah, it's pretty high-intensity. And I'm a little worried because I'm like, I don't know what that means. So, you know, we wait a little bit, and these guys come back from their play from the Jungle Rumble. And I see this full team wearing jerseys, like camouflage jerseys with each other's name on it. And I'm like, oh my god. And it's sponsorships on their shirts. Like, they're sponsored players. They're Splat Takes team that plays like other states.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. So, like, I'm like, oh, watch these bastards put us against them. Sure enough, they put any kid that's below the age of 15 with the pros, then us with a bunch of random kids like us that don't know what we're doing. And, like, a few kids that take it kind of serious, but they obviously can't compete with pros. So, they're like, we're going to have the next game in 1 hour. So, you have to wait an entire hour because everyone's on their lunch break. So, we're kind of sitting around, and we go to the firing range. And this one guy, one of the pros, is sighting in his green dot sight. And I'm not kidding. Like, I've heard, like, automatic paintball guns, and they're intimidating. But this one was, like, it was, like, super fast. Like, it was, like, every time he pulled the trigger, like, 6 would come out faster than the eye could see. And it would hit something 60 yards away with, like, extreme precision. He's like, I'm a little to the left, and he'd, like, sight it, hit it, and he would, like, perfect, 60 yards. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. I'm like, god damn it. So we ended up, like, you know, saying, like, Will and Michaela, my cousins, are in T-shirts. I'm like, and we start asking guys that have played these guys before, if we're going to be okay. And they looked at us and literally said, no, you're not. You're about to get fucked up. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, this is not okay. Like, I almost want my money back. They're like, you guys are wearing T-shirts, so you're literally going to bleed. Like, if one of these dudes hits you once,
Who is
it is one of the guys that had played them. He goes, and he had armor on. He's like, if one of these dudes hits you, it is like you're getting hit 6 times automatically.
Yeah, you know how like they max you out at 3,000 psi? It only goes up to like 6,000.
Their guns were at 5,000.
Jesus.
So I was like, fucking hell. So the game starts, and all of a sudden, like, the whole woods, you just start hearing them kind of start shooting their guns, and they, like, the pro teams move up as fast as they possibly can to try to get footing. And I just, like, the game starts, and I start hearing guys on my team start screaming because they're getting hit. And I literally looked at my cousins, I'm like, alright, well, we're fucking leaving. So I ran to the left of the ridge, there's this giant ridge, and I ran up the ridge, and I'm, like, hiding up there. And for 35 minutes, I didn't move. I laid on the ground and listened to kids scream. I literally listened to somebody, like, cry, please stop! Stop! And then the ref literally like, stop fucking shooting! And, like, I was like, I want to go home. So I'm, like, behind this tree, and I start finally getting some balls, and I start, like, kind of looking out, ready to go, and I'm like peeking around like my tree, seeing if I could see anybody. And I actually caught one of the little kids. He moved up, and I caught him off guard. And me and this other kid lit him up. We were on top of the ridge. He was in the middle of the field. So we lit that kid up, and I'm like, you know what? I feel kind of confident. I got 1 kill out of this. The pro team never found me. I'm okay. And then the guy goes, there's 10 minutes left. I'm not making this part up. One of the pro guys who's in the middle of the field that I didn't know existed goes, who fucking wants it? And just starts lighting up our entire ridge. Then his pro team friends start joining in, and they're lighting up our entire ridge. It's like one of those movies. Like, I'm literally watching branches like just fly off around me, and like leaves get shot off. I go into the fetal position behind the tree. I was counting the minutes because I didn't want to get hits. I was so afraid. I was in the fetal position behind the tree. I was like scared out of my mind. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I'm literally watching like trees around me and kids. Like meanwhile, kids are screaming around me because they're getting hit, and I'm just like, I want to go home. Like fuck this. So I ended up making it. Like they're like 10, 9. And I'm like, trying to minimize the amount of body that's showing. I'm like, can we please just stop? And then they finally say it's over. And I'm like, okay, thank Christ. Like, okay, so then the next game starts up. And they have the pro team set up in the castle. And we have unlimited lives. And we're supposed to rush the castle.
Yeah,
from
Urban. Of course that's the game that they want to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So...
Is this the Hudson place?
Yeah, it's the Hudson place.
I mean, I'd rather do that than be in the castle and have them attack me.
Oh, I know, because then they'll play the pain game. They love it.
Yeah.
Well, they have like full armor. They have jerseys and armor, so it's like they're fine. And their guns also hurt more than anybody.
That's not okay.
They have $1,000 guns. They're called Angel guns. They're like thousands.
So they're like custom made and shit.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like
That's
they have
not
such
okay.
expensive equipment. So then the next game we're playing and we move up a little bit.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Simon wants an invite.
Oh, yeah, I'll get him. So next game we're playing, and I didn't see a sniper that hid in a ghillie suit behind all of us. One of these guys that's really good. He shot me once on the ass, and I started bleeding in the ass. He hit me only once, and I fell on the ground like screaming. And I was like, "Well, fuck this!" So I get up and leave, and then I go to the respawn, and I literally did not want to go back in because it hurt so bad getting hit by one of those guys. I didn't want to play anymore.
This is not okay.
So I should have actually. I think I should. Like we had a good time. Like in a way, it was funny because we were literally. Oh no! Here's the best part of it.
Waste any paint.
Here's the best part of it. At the very end of the day, it was the last game, so we only played 2 games, so they last an hour. Like they're so long. The last one, I'm playing, and I kind of made a joke. I'm like, I bet these fuckers know call-outs because they play on these maps every weekend. Okay, so the end of the last game, I'm literally sitting in the field, and like I hear one of the pro guys yell like, "We got 3 in the back on Foxtrot," and like as they say that, like we start getting lit up again. Like there's so many. It's just me, Will, and Michaela, and we're all laying in the grass, and I get hit in the leg, and I'm like screaming because it hurts. And then they call a game. Like it happens to be just as I get hit, then it was over. The referee said it's over. I'm like, this is so fucked up. So next time I literally asked them, I was like, if we come and we set up a time previously and we get like everyone there, can we just get a private game going? And they're like, yeah, it's going to cost you guys like $55 for 3 hours, but how many you bring, you split that cost. I'm like, we're doing that next time. I'm like, I'm not playing these kids ever again.
That's not okay. I'm sorry.
Why do they want?
Not
Do you think
okay.
people are going to come back and play?
No.
They have enough referees to like make another game. Did you really think people are going to come back and do that? Like, if that was my first time, I would never come back. I'd be like, fuck this, I'm not doing this ever again.
Yeah, and those guys are all assholes, too. I mean, one of them might be nice, but then, like, the other one just kind of cancel out.
No. They had egos for sure.
Did you invite him?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to invite... Will, are you coming?
No.
Okay, I invited... I don't have Simon as a friend, by the way. But...
How do I invite him?
I think you just push Y, and then you can